Seeing a home without an agent at all is usually impossible, as the seller's agent will need to be present to supervise the viewing. However, you can get away with seeing a house without a buyer's agent in most cases. Can you tour a house without an agent? It's very unlikely that you'll be able to tour a house without an agent at all. Even if you don't have a buyer's agent, the seller's agent will be there to supervise the showing. The seller will want a licensed and accountable real estate professional there at the showing for security purposes. The last thing the seller will want is for a complete stranger who inquired with a random email address to show up at the property unescorted. Furthermore, the seller will want the listing agent to be present to get feedback from the buyer during or after the showing. If no agents are present, how will the seller get any sort of feedback easily? Can you see a home without a buyer's agent? Yes, it is possible to see a home without a buyer's agent. However, you'll need to schedule directly with the listing agent, also known as the seller's agent. If you contact the listing agent directly, he or she will try to convince you to go make an offer without representation under what's known as dual agency. Dual agency basically means the seller's agent will represent both parties and will collect both sides of the commission, or 6% of the sales price. In suburban parts of the country, such as Westchester County and New York, where digital lockboxes are commonly used, you may not be able to view a property at all without a buyer's realtor. That's because only Hudson Gateway MLS members can access properties under a digital lockbox in the Hudson Valley. And since listing agents generally don't bother to show properties themselves where there's a lockbox, you really do need a buyer's realtor to see the vast majority of houses in this situation. Of course, none of this applies if you stop by a public open house where no appointments are required. You can stop by without an agent at an open house. You don't need to make an appointment, and there are no consequences if you never bother to show up. Are you looking to buy a new home? Check out www.hauseit.com to learn how you can save on closing costs through our Buyer Closing Credit Program.